I'm Chloe Scadding and I'm from Wales and I'm a craftsperson working with plant dyes. Um, and I would say that my practice is an ongoing inquiry into how we can aid a better connection and appreciation of our natural world through the use of creative arts, in particular traditional craft skills. And I find that plant colour provides a really sort of joyful connection to our local landscape, and also engages us in sort of lessons of science and ecology alongside its visual beauty. And for me, the art of natural colour provides the perfect intersection between my background in textile design, my interest in ecology and the natural world, and my desire to work more sustainably. So I'm really inspired by natural landscapes and really just the pure magic of plant dyes themselves. I find that when you follow the process from going out foraging, be that in the countryside or in an urban environment, picking something that some like other people that might perceive as weeds, and then creating a beautiful palette of colour from that. It brings a sort of new awareness to the plant life around us, how things are affected by seasons and the environment that they're growing, and also just the rich history of plant colour, and how this craft has been used for hundreds of years. I feel like we're living in an age where it's impossible, for me anyway, to not respond to the effect that we're having on our planet. And this is really, it's really overwhelming thing for us to have to deal with. And I feel that creative responses are really essential for how we move forward and how we help to change perspectives, attitudes, and behaviors, to create change in like a really meaningful way. And be that creating work that is a catalyst for starting conversations and dialogue, or utilizing techniques and sort of traditional skills that are just sustainable in their nature, or even crafts that have the capacity to be regenerative. So actually kind of working in more of a circular way where we're giving back as much as we're taking. And I feel like all of these are really important for creative people to utilize and to sort of start thinking about in their work. And that's why I feel really drawn to make work that's in closer connection to nature, in hope that will engage other people too. Making and creating is so inherent to our human nature, and it really helps us connect to the world around us. And I think that when things are overwhelming, if you can start small and start with where you are, engage with your environment, what is around you, that's really helpful. And I've definitely struggled with feeling overwhelmed with the problem, but I've come back to start small, start local, look at look at history, look at what inspires you, what you feel drawn to. And for me, that is crafts that draw on a rich history of more sustainable practices, and that's where I feel like I can contribute in some small way. I really want to continue creating work and collaborating on work that includes a sort of narrative beyond the piece itself, and that provides the opportunity to sort of engage the viewer or the user in the possibilities of plant colour, and as a result, kind of acts as this catalyst for creating a sort of different awareness and new conversations. And I'm also really interested in working as part of sort of larger projects that utilise creativity as a way to act as sort of positive social engagement through kind of education programs and workshops, and really sharing skills and knowledge in that way. And then directly after this residency, I have a travel project planned, where I'm going to be exploring plant colour on a trip across Europe. And my hope is that it will sort of I'll be able to create a map of nomadic colour that will be like a really sort of joyful and evocative visual story of plant dyes and plant colour as I move across the land. I think showing things in a visual, beautiful way is a really powerful method to engage people. And I think I've gone sort of full circle worrying about what I should do and how I should contribute and how I can make a difference. And, inherently I'm a creative person, and I've had to kind of come back to that and give myself permission to be like, okay, well, this is how I'm going to work. My contribution needs to be in a creative format because that's just who I am. So I think it's really exciting when you approach things in that way. It's really great to have a sort of intensive amount of time where you can focus on a specific project, and to be in a creative environment in order to do that. And I'm really enjoying and valuing working alongside my fellow residency practitioner, Karen, and learning a lot from her in the process. Just absorbing her way of working, seeing how she's approaching plant dyes in a different way to me. It's really, really useful. And I also found running the workshop, it was really nice to sort of share this knowledge, and that moment when the samples come out of the dye pot, and it's such magic. And it reminds me of the first time that happened for me, and you just get that real excitement and seeing the plant processed from its raw material, and then having that result of the colour appearing is really magical, and it was really nice to share that.